Today I am at Knowles Island, a waterfront community not too far from Bluffton, not too far from Beaufort. And if you want a house on the water with a dock in a very private, secluded neighborhood, and most importantly at an affordable price, then you're going to want to continue to watch this video because not very many people know about this community. Stay tuned. Some places announce themselves with big signs, grand entrances, and miles of perfectly manicured landscaping. Knowles Island Plantation isn't one of those places. In fact, if you weren't looking for it, you'd probably drive right past it. Just a few miles off of Highway 462 in Jasper County, a narrow causeway crosses the marsh and quietly delivers you to a place that feels like it's been separated from the rest of the Lowcountry for decades. And maybe that's exactly why the people who live here love it so much. Today, I want to introduce you to one of South Carolina Lowcountry's best kept secrets, a private island community with only 93 home sites, surrounded by the Broad River, West Branch Creek, and thousands of acres of untouched marsh, a place where your neighbors aren't packed onto quarter-acre lots, where traffic isn't measured in stoplights, and where the soundtrack of your evenings is more likely to be osprey, egrets, and the tide than sirens and leaf blowers. But perhaps the most surprising part is that compared to Bluffton, Hilton Head, and even parts of Beaufort, waterfront living here is surprisingly attainable. So let's take a closer look. Every community is built around something. Some are built around golf, some around luxury, others around nightlife. Knowles Island Plantation was built around something much older, nature. As you drive through the neighborhood, one thing immediately stands out: space. The homes don't compete with one another. Most home sites are an acre or larger, giving each property room to breathe and preserving the quiet, natural character of the island. Instead of clearing every tree for maximum development, much of the island still feels remarkably untouched. Live oaks draped with Spanish moss stretch over the roads. Marsh grasses sway with the changing tides. Birds circle overhead. It's the kind of place where slowing down isn't something you have to remind yourself to do. It just happens naturally. That slower pace is intentional. The homeowners have worked hard to preserve the island's character through architectural standards and community covenants that encourage well-maintained, custom homes while protecting the natural beauty that makes this place so special. You won't find rows of identical production homes here. Each property has its own personality, and together they create a neighborhood that feels authentic rather than manufactured. One of the biggest surprises about Knowles Island is just how connected it is. Although it feels wonderfully secluded, you're far from isolated. Historic downtown Beaufort is only about 30 minutes away. Hilton Head Island, roughly 40 minutes. Savannah is also around 40 minutes depending on where you're headed. Charleston is an easy day trip. So, while life here feels peaceful, you're never giving up access to restaurants, shopping, airports, hospitals, or entertainment. It's one of those rare places where you can genuinely have both privacy and convenience. If the island has a heartbeat, it's right here at the community dock. Everything about Knowles Island points towards the water. Residents have exclusive access to a private boat ramp, floating dock, gazebo, picnic area, and boat wash station. For many homeowners, this isn't simply an amenity. It's part of their daily routine. Maybe that means launching the boat before sunrise, fishing with your grandchildren, running over to Beaufort by water, exploring the Broad River, watching dolphins surface beside your kayak, or ending the day with nothing more ambitious than sitting on the dock while the sun disappears over the marsh. Life here isn't scheduled around a clubhouse calendar. It's scheduled around the tides. The Broad River provides incredible opportunities for boating, fishing, shrimping, crabbing, paddleboarding, and kayaking. Wildlife here is everywhere. Ospreys, herons, egrets, bald eagles, pelicans, even dolphins make regular appearances. The surrounding marsh isn't empty land. It's one of the richest ecosystems anywhere in the Lowcountry. And every changing tide transforms the scenery into something completely different. It's amazing how many people spend their vacations trying to find places exactly like this, while residents simply call this home. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry, whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know every time I put out a new video. My name is David Simcox, host of this channel and a local real estate agent. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. Now, let's jump right back into Knowles Island. Let's talk about something that's becoming increasingly difficult to find: value. If you've been shopping for waterfront property on Hilton Head, Bluffton, or Beaufort, you already know prices have climbed dramatically over the last several years. Private docks have become increasingly rare. Large waterfront lots even more so. That's what makes Knowles Island so interesting. Today, there are waterfront homes with private docks priced around $1 million. Another one I saw recently was priced at about 1.3. Those numbers may sound significant until you compare them to the many waterfront properties throughout the region. Suddenly, they begin looking surprisingly competitive. For buyers who dream about waking up to marsh views, launching a boat from their backyard, or watching the sunset from their own dock, Knowles Island offers an opportunity that's becoming harder and harder to find elsewhere. And if building your own custom home is your dream, there are still home sites available, generally ranging from about $100,000 to $200,000 depending on size, location, and what type of view you're looking for. In today's lowcountry market, that is becoming increasingly rare. Of course, there is one challenge: inventory. Remember, there's only 93 home sites on the entire island. That means very few homes change hands each year. Some years, only a couple of properties come on the market. And when a truly exceptional waterfront property becomes available, buyers notice. Recently, one waterfront home here received 4 offers and went under contract just after 1 day on the market. That's why waiting until you're ready someday isn't always the best strategy. If Knowles Island fits the lifestyle you've been looking for, it often makes sense to start following the community long before you're ready to write an offer. That way, when the right opportunity appears, you're prepared. Living in a place this special also comes with a shared commitment to preserving it. The community has a homeowners association and an architectural review board that help maintain the character of the island. If you're building a home, plans are reviewed to ensure they complement the community and to protect the neighboring property values. Now, Knowles Island isn't for everyone, and honestly, that's part of the charm. If your perfect neighborhood includes golf courses, resort pools, restaurants, fitness centers, or a calendar full of organized activities, you may be happier somewhere else. But if your dream has always been simpler: coffee overlooking the marsh, a boat ride before dinner, fishing with your kids, watching dolphins from the dock, knowing your neighbors, having enough land to breathe, and ending each day with stars instead of city lights, then Knowles Island might feel less like a neighborhood and more like the place that you've been searching for all along. The older I get, the more I realize that luxury isn't always about bigger homes or fancier amenities. Sometimes luxury is silence, privacy, space, the freedom to walk outside and hear nothing but the wind moving through the marsh grass. Knowles Island Plantation reminds us that there are still places where nature sets the pace instead of traffic lights, and where waterfront living isn't measured by how flashy it is, but how it makes you feel. If you're looking for a community where life revolves around the water, where opportunities are limited simply because there are so few homes, and where the lifestyle is every bit as valuable as the real estate itself, Knowles Island deserves a spot on your radar. And because homes here come on the market so infrequently, if it's a community you'd like to explore, or you'd like to be notified when the next opportunity becomes available, I'd be happy to help you stay ahead of the market. Thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed learning about Knowles Island, and of course, if I can help you find your own lowcountry lifestyle, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. I look forward to meeting you in person at some point, but if not, I will at least see you on the next video.